U.S. Congressman Brad Sherman outs himself. America prints its currency out of thin air. And that's being kindly, because he said it prints money, which a sitting congressperson, which most of them don't even understand the definition of money and currency. Currency has to be something that is a means of exchange, unit of account, but it's not a store of value. Money has to be a store of value. Money must have that one unique characteristic, which fiat currencies do not have. So even our illustrious congresspeople have no idea what's happening. We are in a clown world. You cannot make this stuff up at all. At all. The most simple and basic things being completely overlooked, not taught in school. Why isn't it taught in school? Why isn't it taught in school? Why wouldn't they teach about money in school? Could there be a reason? There's a lot of smart people for a long, long time who have been able to think about things like that. So why is it? Why is it exactly? Why? Do you know why? Do you know why the government might not want you to know how the monetary system works? How money works? What is the definition of money? What does money truly mean? How to do budgeting, accounting, bookkeeping? Anybody? In the halls of Congress, there are men and women who were once elected to serve the people, now believe themselves to be rulers in a world where they can shape as they see fit. Their arrogance is stunning, and their disregard for the people they were elected to represent is appalling. One of the most egregious examples of this self-serving behavior came from a representative in California, Brad Sherman, who recently made a comment about Bitcoin and its supposed creation out of thin air. Crypto bros. He doesn't even know the difference between these things, crypto and Bitcoin. Bitcoin's not crypto. Let's get that straight. We've said that a billion times here. Crypto is trash. They're securities. They're tech companies. Bitcoin is decentralized, immutable, unchangeable, uncensorable money. Period. But because of proof of work, because of energy that is used to mine it. We're not going to go down that road right now. But he doesn't understand, right? He clearly doesn't understand the U.S. government is guilty of the very same thing he accuses Bitcoin doing, or crypto of doing. And yes, many of these people did print their crypto tokens out of thin air, and their securities, which they should be regulated as such, are the ones that are rug pulling all these unsuspecting retail people, right? Bitcoin is completely different. Can't be done. That cannot be done. So the U.S. government is guilty of doing the very same thing he's trying to broad brush the entire crypto community with. The hypocrisy is truly staggering. Truly, it is. Just imagine if he would have admitted that obvious truth and exposed it for all people right there in national television in front of all at that hearing. Oh, wait, what? What? He did? He did? He did! He actually did. Sometimes the jokes write themselves. This benevolent man literally outed himself, owned himself, outed the government, all politicians, and every one world government proponent across the globe. This is the brilliance we have in our elected leadership. Bravo, bravo to the people of California for electing this tycoon to government. You truly are led by the very best and the brightest. Remember, government is not where wealth is created. If you were wealthy and you knew how to build actual value in the world, you would go into private ownership. You would go into the private sector. You would build your own company. You would go work for people and provide value and actually provide things. And unfortunately, that's not what government is comprised of. It's comprised of lawyers, grifters, grafters, people that couldn't make it out in the real world. And they're here to tell you how important they are and how much they are going to take from you. So Substack and Twitter are still a little spat, apparently, because the Twitter link won't just pop up and play here. So I actually have a screenshot of Brad Sherman at this 20 or 30 second hearing clip that we have. So go to this link, go check out the clip, because it is mind-blowing. Mind-blowing. Basically says, so the crypto bros were able to print $1 trillion out of thin air. Thin air. And then some of them might say that the United States prints their money out of thin air. Then they might be right. But we're the United States government. That's the difference. Are you serious? Simple as that. Simple as that, guys. The currency has value because I say it does, because I'm Brad Sherman, because I'm fill in the blank politician, because military, because petrodollar. No, the actually has currency because they've stolen it from all of you. All those are just obfuscations of reality. See, the dirty secret is the Chinese, all these different countries, and us ourselves have bought trillions in treasuries. The Fed, everyone has bought all the treasuries. They've enslaved you with bondage. Bond is the root word of bondage. If you are buying bonds, government bonds, anyone else, all the people we just mentioned, you are guaranteeing your enslavement. You are guaranteeing your taxation in the future, your enslavement. Because the government doesn't make anything. They don't make money. They don't print it out of thin air, or they do. They do print it out of thin air, Brad, like Brad said. But you can't create wealth out of thin air. Energy and time must be spent for wealth to come into fruition. That's what wealth is. Wealth is time and energy. Money has to be a store of value, but money is a store of economic energy, of time and value. That's it. It's a tool. It's a tool. Simple. This is so basic. I mean, I teach this to my 6'4" 2-year-old, and they get it. The fact that we have 80, 50, 20-year-olds, I mean, no one understands this concept. Once you do, the entire world explodes in front of your eyes, and everything you see is very different. Everything you see is very different. I walk around with very different lenses on because I see things differently. I see things as they are. I'm not perfect. I'm a human being. However, as Michelle Weekly told us, the more you get right in your life, the more confident you are because your assumptions, your theories, everything become more and more confirmed over and over again. And we know that to be fact, though. We know that money is an economic container for your time and energy. That's it. When we have fiat currencies like the government has, like Brad Sherman printing it out of thin air, they have to steal that time and energy from somewhere. And it's from you. Newsflash. It's through inflation and taxation. That's it. They steal your time and energy from you. They don't ask you through inflation, and they steal from you because they're using it for their pet projects to pay each other off, to pay themselves off, to send it to Ukraine, send it to Taiwan, send it to China, send it to Ukraine or Afghanistan, send it to Poland, send it to NATO, send it to the WHO, send it to the Paris Climate Exchange, whatever. Like, this is the clown world we live in. The currency has value because I say it does. Complete lies, complete obfuscation. I mean, again, to this man's defense, he doesn't even know. What if tomorrow they said it has no value, Brad? Well, today I said it does have value, so here's another question. What if tomorrow you just decide it has no value? Then what? You can start to see the problem with the currency that you hold in your bank account. It's a liability you think is an asset. As it loses value over time as they print more of it. I can't totally blame them. It's not just the creation of money they have distorted, but it is reality itself. These politicians have a complete disregard for the theft of time and energy from the very people they claim to serve. They have ceded power to global overlords and sold our sovereignty off for a profit. The founding fathers wanted the capital to be in the swamp, literally in D.C., where no one would want to go. Now it's where the politicians spend most of their year. Opposite of how we are founded. When you realize the power you can exert once you're there and find yourselves around other people incentivized to exert control just like that, just like you do, once you have that realization through a broken money, where you can throw other people's time and energy around at problems to keep yourself in a position of power, most of us would probably do it too. You become the people you hang around, and government attracts a certain kind of people. Hence, the restrictions the founding fathers placed on government. Government attracts people who like power. So in order to be liked, asked to the committee, asked to the cocktail parties, asked for assignments, and fit in, you have to go along to get along. Before you know it, you find yourself compromising values here, some morals there. Not too long, you find yourself staring in the mirror, unable to recognize the person that once came to D.C. to do good, to work for my constituents. Broken money has untethered our leaders from reality, and the grift is coming to an end. The masks are coming off, and the charade is being exposed all over, up and down the Potomac. This is the Honorable Chris Wray, who was at the World Economic Forum, mind you, just a few short 3-4 months ago. The Honorable. I had to put some boxes around here so you could tell the FBI refusing. And I should have blotted out Biden's name, actually. It doesn't matter who it is. The FBI refused to turn over unclassified informant report that alleges political person accepted bribes from a foreign national. Honorable. He's honorable, though. Very honorable. It's time for a wake-up call. We cannot continue to allow these politicians to believe that they are rulers. They are not. They are elected representatives, and they are accountable to us and work at our consent as outlined in our founding documents. It's time for us to take back power from these politicians. Now. No human lives on earth for the use of government or another person. No one has the right to know what you are buying or how you're living your life as long as you aren't harming another human, period. Governments have completely overstepped their bounds and forgot who they work for. They forgot that they work to uphold our liberty, not to take it from us. The answers? Well, affix the money to energy and work. This way, society can regain its strength, and the power then starts to leave Washington and go back to the people. One way to do this is by supporting decentralized monies like Bitcoin. These currencies give back power, actual money gives back power to the people, and take it away from the politicians who have abused it for way too long. By embracing decentralized money, we can take back control of our financial system and ensure that it serves the needs of the people, not just the interests of the ruling class. This will by nature help the government. Because we are the government. We all make up the government. A bunch of individuals make up the government, and we decide what's going on. So it actually helps government too. It will then incentivize politicians to get back to real work as well, providing actual value to the economy. So there's a few people, grifters and grafters, that, I'm sorry, you got to get back to work. It might not incentivize them, but it's going to help everyone, or it might not benefit them, but it's going to incentivize everyone to get back to work and provide actual value and get off their behinds. We also must be vigilant and engaged in the political process. This is something that Bitcoiners and libertarians, etc., have disregarded for way too long, and their responsibilities we have not been good with in that regard, and let our inferiors, as our founding fathers said, if you're not engaged in politics, inferiors, you will be ruled by your inferiors. We must hold our elected officials accountable for their actions and demand that they work on the behalf of the people they represent. We must reclaim our power and demand that our elected officials work for us, not against us. These things have to work in concert. Fix the money, fix the world will work. Let us get to the root cause and stop the fruitless act of putting band-aids on bullet holes. Fix the money to fix the world. We have to fix the root cause, number one, for sure. We also have to be active in government as well. We do. And at the end of the day, truly, if we're doing unto others as we would like have done to us, none of this would even matter. So talk about band-aids on bullet holes. Let's put what's important first. And then money doesn't even matter. But if you fix those one or two, and then the rest doesn't even matter, right? The politics doesn't matter because you're doing unto others as you should if we're all doing that. And then if you're fixing the money and there's trustlessness there and no one needs to trust anyone, anything, then you fix the two biggest problems. And then the rest takes care of itself as it flows downriver. Stay strong. I appreciate you coming by TED Talk. Please share this out because the algorithm hates truth. Please check out our blog here. The link is in the description. We'll have our this weekend coming out with our monthly portfolio allocation letter as well. This is not financial advice, it's freedom advice. Question everything with boldness, even the existence of God himself, and I look forward to seeing you on the next one.